And we're back. We are back with our thoughts on video. Thank you guys again for joining us. So, Caroline, what are your thoughts on our last channeling?
Thank you, Leo, and thank you, our guides, for this channeling on the US elections portal. Just a quick reminder, if you haven't watched the video, you can click on the description. And so, how I feel after this channeling, I feel good and I feel joyful because our guides were very joyful and uplifted, and it was very. It is great. And so, just that you know, guys, we had no idea what our guides would wish to say. So we just discovered the message while channeling it. And so, yes, the message is perfect, to vote with our heart. And I loved what Ross said, about voting in a state of joy and peace, and not voting from a state of being angry or frustrated. I totally agree with that because, yes, indeed, when we are voting, if we are voting from a place of fear, we do not vote the same thing that if we vote from a peaceful state, I would say. So I really enjoyed this message of her.
Yeah, me
How
too.
about you, Leo?
I totally agree. I agree with um yes, the voting on our state on and being mindful, being aware of why are we voting for this person? As they say, voting for the same person because you are afraid or worried about the future is completely different if you were to vote for that same person, but because you think, oh, this is going to be an exciting future with this person as president. And I totally resonate with that as well. And I thought that was great. Um, yeah, and then another thing that really stood out was um, well, really our prep. We really prepped, I feel, very uh, well and much right before, leading right up to. We were pumping ourselves up. We're really aiming to get into that joyful state ourselves so that our body instrument can really relay the joyful energies of our guides. And what I'm learning more and more and is that our 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 higher selves, our higher guides, they're always perpetually in this sort of love, light, joy, peaceful state. And it really comes down to how tuned is our body. And so I think that's the process of becoming a more clear, uh, clarified, vibrant channel. And I feel our guides, both Ra and Ashtar, are saying, yes, give yourselves a pat on the back, dear ones, because we did a lot of work. And having said that, I also see that we still have some more work to do. But we were talking about this earlier that as we work at it, the work becomes more like play, and the work turns into play. And so that's how it really felt like we were playing and being very playful and joyful as to in order to prep. And I think that was a secret sauce, I guess you could say.
I also loved what Ashtar said, but it also comes from another channeling. I don't remember who said that, whether it was Ra or another entity, about when we are having what we could call a bad thought, even though there is no bad or wrong, but when we are catching ourselves having criticizing someone or having a limited belief on something. And yes, each time that we catch ourselves having those, then we have to just take a deep breath, exhale, and immediately we feel much better. And then, yes, indeed, either we forget about just the thought that we have been just having 1 second before, or we can, as we are more conscious of this, we can replace it by, oh, what did I do that was very fun today? And so I really enjoyed that because I recently because I am applying the advice that they are telling us, and so They told us many, many times to assess our thoughts. And so I realized that myself, I am most of the time very angry or frustrated, or not in I'm not in such a good mood, I should say. And that's really helpful to be able to catch ourselves and yes, need to release, to fill our mind with positive thoughts of things that happened to us that was fun, or of things that we wish to reach out as a nice and bright future, or goals. And this is a great advice.
Yes. And then I will say that Caroline and I, we spent a lot of time together, and I haven't really noticed that angry, frustrated side. Well, maybe a little bit. But 99.999% of the time, it's
Be
lovely.
careful, Leo. Be careful.
Yes. And but I also agree, and I resonate with that as well, especially when I interact with some family members or even friends or all of this. There are times, and yes, I'm triggered, and I can sense that angry thought. And as you say, I think, as we practice more, it can be that simple. We just take that deep breath, and then as we release the breath, we release that thought, and it can, I feel, with practice, absolutely become that simple and easy and graceful. And and for me, what really helped me is to not judge myself when I catch myself having those sort of thoughts, because I used to be very hard on myself, and that was reflective of my experience and the thoughts I was having. And I would be like, wow, how can I think that way? Or how can they think that way? Or and I'd be very, very judgmental in this way. But the more and more I step away, step back from uh that judgment, or you could also say step up from that judgment, then it's much more easy. Yes, it's much more graceful, and we can, I feel, release from these thoughts very, very gracefully and easily.
And I also enjoyed what Ashtar said about when we are having many, many thoughts, of anger, frustration, whether it's about politics or something else, then first and foremost, yes, it is in our mind. But then, as we are in a state of being tense because we are having all those thoughts, that then therefore it is impacting our body because we tend to be even more like this, yes, and that yeah, in fact I didn't realize that much. Most of the time we think that okay, we when we are stressed, yes, indeed it can cause things, but we don't realize how much stressed sometimes we are. And it's not just about our future or about something that might or might not happen to us, but we sometimes we are stressed, in fact, all the time without realizing it. And when we catch our thoughts, then the more and more we can realize how much tensions we have within our body. And so I really enjoyed that from Ashtar. It's also a very good reminder. And also to say that all those thoughts, if they are limited beliefs and judgments, etc., not only it is impacting our bodies because we are more tense, but also it is creating a kind of signature of our mind. That's what they call the electromagnetic signature, that probably we are radiating at a certain frequency depending on the quality of our thoughts. And so if we have bad thoughts or limited beliefs, then we emanate at a certain frequency that is not good for us, or not that may not attract the best for us. And also what they said about Gaia, because I see that on our background there is the planet Earth, and so around are some kind of crown and other crown. And yes, it's like if when we have thoughts, we are sending many, many things in the universe. And so it's like if the bad thoughts or that we are all having, all the frustration, all the anger, all the fears, all the and no matter what the context is, it's like it's like a sticky thing on or around. the planet Earth, that we don't have to worry about because probably our guides or somebody is taking care of this. Or but yes, it was also a good reminder also that if we do not clear our thoughts for ourselves, then at least we can also do it for our planet Earth, you know.
Yes, yes, and I agree with the description of it does feel at times like a sort of sticky energy, almost like yeah, like oil in the water in a way. But yes, as you say, it's not something to worry about. And and as our guides continually remind us, it is a process. So it's really important to become comfortable with the process and to really, yes, be gentle and loving to ourselves so that we don't judge ourselves even more when we catch these thoughts. And I do think that's where of course, the meditation comes in so that we can become more aware of the thoughts that are already running in the background, but we're just not noticing. And I think the more and more we become aware of these and begin to clear them, then we can truly vote, as I say, from our hearts and co-create this wonderful world.
Yeah, and also the food intake and what we are consuming. I think that because we recorded another video on this, cleaning, clarifying, and Ashtar and Ra said that when we want to have clear thoughts, or in order to experience good positive thoughts, and yes, there is this need to clarify our body, our thoughts. So replace the bad thoughts by new ones or nothing, but at least release the bad thoughts. And that we also have to keep to have a good hygiene, uh, personal hygiene, of course, but also in our environment, and uh, that our probably the food that we are also intaking or the liquids, etc. It is also impacting ourselves, of course, in a physical way, but also probably in an unconscious way. And so, yes, they were connecting all the dots, and it was also interesting.
Yeah, yeah, it was yes, a very much tied into the clarifying, cleansing, clearing theme as well. And I agree. They were speaking about how it's they mentioned a few times how whatever we consume something or interact with a certain type of energy, we're really engaging with not just that thing or substance that's right in front of us, but all of the other energies and the people and the things and the situations that that brought that thing to life, you could say, or that are tied to that in some way. And I think the more and more as we clear ourselves and grow ourselves, grow our awareness of the thoughts we're having, I think we become more sensitive to this. And so I agree. I think that's definitely in the very practical sense, what we eat and all of this and drink is very important, of course, as well. Yeah.
And is there another topic that caught your attention, you?
Mm. Nothing is coming to mind anymore right now. But I, yeah, absolutely resonate with the whole message. I thought it was very timely and very potent. I think there's a lot of energy there, and we'll be watching it, of course, again and processing it more. But yes, I feel very good now. Yes.
Mhm. Yeah. Me too. And you know, it's like if Atar and Ra were indeed at the same level, at the same energetic level of this joy frequency together, or in this excitement mode together. And so when it's the case, then yes, the message is way much more fluid, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So that's also a good lesson, I think, for us that our guides has to be. It's best if they are the same frequency or energy, or yes, the communication is is better. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Hmm. Do you
Would
have
you like
anything?
to add something else, Leo?
I'm good. I feel quite complete. How about yourself?
I'm perfect.
Yes. Wonderful. Okay, well, thank you guys again for joining in, for tuning in. And yes, we feel we pray and we share this message of navigating the coming election times very well. And yes, we're all in it together. So um, it will be a glorious election, regardless. That's how I feel. Yes.
Yeah, so thank you, Leo. Thank you, our guides, also for this channeling. Thank you, all of you, for watching this video. We hope that the channeling and this video are helpful for you. And we will see you very soon for another video.
Yes.
So
Bye-bye.
see you. Bye bye.